Hey everyone, this is Virginius, and welcome to the Takes podcast, episode 5. I know, we're already at 5. We're recording this on a Sunday. Well, for me, it's Sunday morning. For my guests, it's a little bit in the afternoon, so good coordination. Nothing better to do than wake up, shower, and get right into a podcast. And this is the Takes podcast, where we put the spotlight on chess streamers and hear about their journey. You can find us on currently Spotify and YouTube. Right now, we're recording visually for YouTube. And eventually, I'm going to have this over on Apple so that you can listen to your Apple and get the podcast from there. And I am very excited to introduce our next guest. And as soon as I remember when I was watching some streamers and I met her, I was like, okay, this person, their energy, I need to get them on the podcast. I just need to figure out a way. So I sent them a message on, I think it was Instagram, and she was immediately receptive and said, I'm down. And I love those type that just want to get into it and have a good conversation, have some fun in the morning or the afternoon, and talk about chess. And both our chess journeys. So let me introduce you to Zara. Hello, Zara. How are you?
Hey, yeah, I'm good, thank you. How are you doing? You all right?
I'm doing all right. I'm still surviving this cough.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I won't have to do as much editing in the last one as I gotta do this time. But we're managing it. We're managing it. It's tough. It's 2.5 weeks down. One more week to go, and hopefully, I don't have to hear myself cough again. But thank you for coming.
No, it's my pleasure. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, awesome. Now, let me start off with the question I always ask every chess streamer. What started your chess journey?
Okay. So, this is an interesting story. I get into these moods with certain topics or just my life in general where I get really, really bored of what I'm doing.
Mhm.
And I So I decide to research really intensively into certain subjects. So in the past, I've done it with tornadoes, with Mount Everest, like that type of thing.
Whoa, so we got tornadoes and Mount Everest. You just happen to
Yeah,
dive into research it? Okay,
yeah.
okay.
I think it's really interesting. And then one day I was like, okay, I'm done with that. Let's go and research really deeply into chess. So I decided, yeah, I'm gonna go full force into this, and I basically like taught myself how to play chess. Um,
Whoa. Okay, so I usually don't. I don't ask any questions right off the bat after, but this is very unique because usually, so usually with majority of chess players, I can definitely say I definitely know this. We usually learn from a family figure, whether it's like grandparents, mom or dad, or someone we met. But we usually learn like when we're very young. Sounds to me
Yeah.
you didn't learn this chess when you were young at all.
No. So I the first time I properly played a chess game
Mhm.
would have been when I was like 15. I'm 18 now for context.
Wow.
But yeah, played it online against one of my friends. Neither of us knew how to play chess. We just kept on like stalemating each other. We just figured out how the pieces moved and then
Mhm.
just went for it. And she stopped playing. I think she only played because I was playing.
Mhm.
And then I just fell deeper into it.
So at 15, wait, so when did you first start like doing research on really specific topics to get like a strong interest in it?
Um, so well with tornadoes and stuff, that probably would have been when I was like 11.
What the
Bit of
heck
a
is
bit
so
of a dark topic to learn about at 11, but
okay. What's a okay, let's do a hot take. What is an interesting fact about tornadoes that general public doesn't know about?
okay. I have written I once I got bored and I have written a multiple page essay about the largest tornado in the world just because I was bored.
Just because I was
Which
bored.
was yeah, which was the El Reno tornado in Oklahoma, which happened on May 31st, 2013, which was a Friday.
Mhm.
It started at 6 p.m., lasted 43 minutes.
Oh wow.
Was technically classed as an EF3 tornado, but a lot of scientists agree it had the same strength as an EF5, but because it was over kind of open land and everything, it's
Yeah.
agreed it's an EF3.
So what's the difference? So I don't know enough about tornadoes, but what is the difference between EF3? I'm assuming EF3 and EF5 is like significantly different, like stronger or
Yeah.
more turbulent or like.
hmm So normally it's based on, it used to just be based on wind speeds, and like how, obviously like how quickly the rotation and everything is. But it got upgraded a while ago, to the enhanced Fajita scale instead, and it's instead on wind speed and on damages. So because the El Reno tornado didn't go over like Oklahoma City, for example,
Mm.
it's classed as a lower rated tornado because of the lack of damage it did to buildings and everything. But if it kept on going for like another 5 minutes, it was going to cross highway. I can't remember
Oh
which
my
highway it was.
god!
it was gonna cross a certain highway which had like over 500 people on it because of like rush hour times and everything. Which obviously would have made it a lot more deadly than it was. But yeah.
So just curious, did you did any research of the post events of the tornado? Like, what was like FEMA's response to it? Like, how did the recovery efforts took place?
Yeah, I mean, for a while I wanted to be a storm chaser.
Oh
Um,
no, 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 no! You're like running around with your Instagram, and be like, "Oh, there's that star coming in." No, that's.
yeah, but like I've watched loads of storm chasers on YouTube and everything, and
Mhm.
one of them, like Pecos Hank, he's like a really big tornado YouTuber. I still watch him now, and he was there whilst the tornado was happening. Got some really good footage of it, and afterwards, like he was helping this woman like try and get in contact with like her husband and everything, and like relief efforts, that type of thing. But yeah, the damages tornadoes can do is just like genuinely insane. Like,
Wow.
yeah.
You know, if there was a, when did you develop this curiosity type? Because there's a difference between curiosity and what you're telling me is like curiosity on crack, where you just like take something and you just like break it down, look at the data, psychoanalyze it, like breathe that subject for whatever amount of time. Like I'm just
hmm
curious, like what, or how did this develop like within
I
you?
mean, like I've always been really deeply interested in certain topics since I was young. Like, this is gonna sound really bad, okay?
Oh,
But when I was young, I used to read a lot. And one of the things that I read, as every British child does, was Harry Potter.
I love it. I
And
love it.
yeah,
Harry Potter broke me,
and
but
by the time I was like 10, I had read the full like 7 books 13 times each.
13 times? What? Even I didn't go that far. Oh my god.
Yeah, so like whenever there was times at school where we'd be doing a Harry Potter quiz, I'd just win it every time. I'd win the prizes. It was so good. Like,
Oh my
so
god. Okay,
yeah.
what house are you? Like we gotta get that out of the way.
Ravenclaw.
Yeah, they're pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give
Mhm.
you. Okay, we'll sidelight to Harry Potter for a second. So
Yeah.
when I'm a big bookworm now, but the first, I remember I read like the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, like Narnia, that type of stuff. But I never really got really into books. And then I remember one day, my dad bought me The Prisoner of Azkaban
Yeah.
when it came out, and I didn't touch that thing for like months. So I just left it like on the ground, like every I don't know 13, 14-year-old kid does. And then I was finishing homework on the ground because I write my homework on the ground like everyone else does. And then I looked to my right, I saw the book there, and I'm like, "Huh." I just picked it up, looked at this thing, looked a little bit weird with this like Gryffindor like on the front of it, and then I remember I read the first page, and it hooked me. Like literally, the first page broke me, and I read the book in 3.5 hours. And
Yeah.
then I got very so after I read the third book, then I went to buy the first and second and catch up because I didn't
Mm.
know anything about Harry Potter except for the third book, which I'm like, what the hell is this? Like Sirius
Yeah.
Black, like all that. And then by the time I finished one and two, the Goblet of Fire came out, And I remember as I was at Chapters. Chapters is one of our bigger bookstore brands. And I was there and I picked it up, and it took me 6.5 hours straight to read all of it. And this thing was like a Bible. Like I remember how big this thing was, and
Yeah.
I just couldn't let it go. It was like I don't know if anyone will ever experience Harry Potter when it first came out, but it
Mhm.
was like it. There's a reason why J.K. Rowling's a billionaire. Like everyone was addicted to that, from adults to kids. Like it was like a story, just like there's a difference between, like, for example, I can't believe I'm comparing like Harry Potter to this, but Twilight. It gets a lot of flack, especially the videos or like movies. The book is not terrible. Like I've actually read the books, but uh, it's not well written compared to J.K. Rowling, which is extremely well written. And the story for like in the books for Twilight is actually not bad. Like it really isn't. Especially the first book, it was actually pretty good how they explained Edward and everything. Like I could see why everyone was after him after those type of descriptions. But no, J.K. Rowling, like she changed like so many lives, like just made us bookworms, and after introducing this. So yeah, there'll always be a soft spot for Harry Potter for me. Uh, I don't know. I feel like I'm from UK now after saying that. but
I think like a lot of people not from the UK don't realize how similar our schools are, like to Hogwarts and everything. Because at my school, like we had a common room, we had houses, we had like all of it. Like
that's so cool. Oh, I never thought about that. I didn't know that the whole layout of. I can't believe we're talking about Harry Potter in the chess podcast, but this is cool. I never knew about the layout of Harry Potter. Like was based off a UK school. Like now that makes sense when I think about it, but I had no knowledge of the UK, so I would never make that
yeah,
like correlation.
it's like in my primary school, which is like I don't know what primary school is called for you guys, but like the first sort of school you go to, um, in that school, our houses were based off of bridges in our towns, like the name of the bridges.
Well, she just actually had
um,
houses. Like
yeah,
oh, that's so wow. That you know
yeah,
what, that would make more sense because there'd be some sort of like more unity with different schools, like different
mhm,
classmates. Now there's like no unity. You're
yeah,
just
and
straddlers all out.
and you'd basically always be in a house that your siblings were in.
Mm.
So me and my siblings were all in the yellow house.
The
And
Yellow
we always
House.
won. Yeah, we always won sports day. That's like something I always remember. We always won sports day. That was great.
Yellow is my second favorite color, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you never, you don't know when you developed the curiosity, like
I mean,
origin
it
or.
was very young. Like I'd always be asking my dad questions
Mhm.
about like anything. And he'd always like entertain me with answers or something when we'd be walking home or something from somewhere. Uh, I'd be asking him about languages, about like
Oh wow.
tell me this story about someone on Mount Everest and like their death and everything. Probably younger than I should have been hearing about that. But it was interesting to me. So yeah,
You
it
might want to become an
just
investigator one day.
yeah, exactly. To be fair, I did want to be a detective for a short amount of time.
Oh wow.
So
That's so I know a little bit about policing. Like I'm not like a former police officer or anything, but I used to work with them, and it's a world where the public will never truly understand unless you become one. Like the sacrifice
yeah.
one must do. Like you don't become a police officer for the money. Like,
Hmm.
and I will say that in Canada, police officers do make really good money. Um, but it is a difficult. It is not a job. I could say
Yeah.
that for certain. It's a whole different world. Um, but yeah, I think like from a subject standpoint, I think I could give you a subject for you to take a look into if
Yeah.
you're ever interested in. Um,
Hmm.
like especially when it comes to like tornadoes and like investigation stuff like that. So I know in the UK you guys have emergency management programs.
Hmm.
That's something I would take a look at. Like look at emergency management specifically, like how it works from because I'm sure the UK the structure is different than in the US, which is also different in Canada. Like the US has FEMA. I'm sure you've read that when you were doing topics on tornadoes, because FEMA would be the one responding to like the recovery efforts of a tornado, etc. So FEMA is like the federal level for the U.S.
Mhm.
They work from a federal to state level. Canada, we're more provincial to municipal. So our provinces, each province has a head of emergency management that runs their programs, etc., for like emergency responses. So U.S. the biggest threat is tornadoes, I think. And I think for Canada, our issue is flooding. Like that's a big one.
Mm.
I'm curious what you could find is UK's biggest issue.
Well,
Uh,
well. Um, so, fun fact, the UK actually has the most amount of tornadoes in the world based on like
oh,
area.
I didn't know that.
Um, yeah, based on area, but they're never like big tornadoes or anything, so they don't really do that much damage.
Hmm.
Um, but then another big thing is like tropical storms or flooding. Like my town has flooded a few times before. Um, like I'd say that's probably the biggest impact, to be fair.
Wow,
Mm.
that's crazy. It's everywhere's so different.
Mm.
So when it came to chess, what really got you curious about it? Like, was it like have you ever watched YouTube or like streamers of chess prior to learning chess, or like what really got your hindsight on it?
Like I had heard of the Botez sisters,
Shouts to them.
obviously. Yeah, I had heard of them when I was younger and knew they like played chess, obviously. But I never was sort of like, oh my god, like that looks really cool. I want to learn it. Um, but one day I was just like trying to figure out what I should do and what I should do with this free time and everything. And I just thought, yeah, just go straight into chess, which is a bit weird considering I didn't really know much about it in the first place.
Wow.
But mm,
And you say you were self taught, and I understand that because my dad taught me when I was very young, and then like
hmm
I think I started when I was 4, and then by the age of 6, I was starting to beat him, and he couldn't beat me anymore by 7. And then I kind of self taught myself along the way, which is actually very that's not a normal thing for us in chess, especially if you become a competitive player. You usually get a coach sometime along the way. Never had a coach. Just I did through trial and error, reading tons of books of chess, playing like maybe 100,000, no, maybe like 500,000 games online and stuff like that, and just grew that way.
yeah.
So you don't have a coach right now. So
Yeah.
how do exactly do you, like what's your methodology in learning chess now?
So yeah, I don't have a coach because I'm from a really rural area and online teaching, that type of thing, it doesn't really work for me. Um, which to be fair, like during lockdown and everything, I was still in school and I had to do online work, but
Hmm.
I just taught it to me myself, my own way instead of doing it the teacher's way or something, just because I found it easy to understand. Um, but yeah, so with chess, how I study it, it's a lot of puzzles.
Okay,
So,
like tactics and stuff.
hmm so the first time I made a Lee Chess account was like January 5th last year.
Oh my god.
January 5th, 2023.
Oh my
I
god.
know. And um from January 5th, 2023 to March time, um I had played 47,000 chess puzzles. Uh
Are you listening to this? What? 40? Oh my god. Okay, so oh wait, everything starting to click now. Okay.
yeah.
So when you get interested in something,
Mhm.
it's like you become
I've really been
obsessed.
interested in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is like this classic like anime story, like you know, kid that's like out of school and they just have this like foresight of like if they get
Yeah.
into something they become it or something like that. You're
Mhm.
giving me those like vibes right now, like holy Jesus. Four,
But yeah.
I don't know how many viewers if you know what 47,000 puzzles is. That is so many.
Yeah, and my dad at the time he decided, okay, that's not great, but this he like calculated that if I spent 10 seconds on average on each puzzle or something, which some it would be more with, some it would be less.
Yeah.
um, I would have spent over like 3 days straight just doing chess puzzles, which
Okay, that doesn't sound
at the
that bad.
time,
We've done
yeah,
that before. Okay, it's like
exactly.
47,000 sounds a lot
But
worse than.
at at the time, during it was coming up to the biggest exams in my life. Um, so I should have been revising for those exams. However,
Oh
instead, I was
no.
busy playing puzzles and watching chess interviews.
Oh no. You became like one of us. You became a degenerate chess player. Like you just decided to.
But I passed all of my exams,
Oh, so you're
so
just a genius. Okay. We have no sympathy for you anymore now. You just have a
wow.
IQ of 145 and just easy peasy. I just brush off everything and
Yeah,
smoke it. Okay.
I
I'm a
mean,
little scared to ask what your rating is right now because
I mean,
I'm curious.
my puzzle rating on Lichess is like 2,800 or
Oh my
something. I haven't
god.
played. Yeah, but my actual elo or something, I like tilted a loads of points the other day. Well, the other week now,
Yep.
like 200 points in one day or something.
Oh damn.
Even though I have, even though I have video on like how to not tilt at chess. Didn't take my own advice, but I
Yeah,
I tilted a load.
we're allowed to get rid of our own advice for ourselves.
Yeah. Um. So I was like high 1700s. Um.
Wow.
Yeah, but now I'm like high 1600s. I'm climbing my way back up.
And this is
So,
rapid chess or blitz or
so that's rapid, yeah.
and you started like really diving into it 3 years ago, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite something.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you started like, because I know with Lee chess, like you start off at 1500, which the
Yeah.
rating is inflated, but
Mhm.
if you're not 1500 in a sense, you're gonna lose it right away. You're gonna like drop to like 14 or 1300. So the
Yeah.
fact you're even able to maintain it and be like 100, 200 points higher, huh? Yeah, you might be like a
Yeah.
super genius. Like you honestly, you really probably need a coach in a way because it
Mhm.
would just speed up your development like quickly.
Yeah.
But then again, if you're like super hyper, like has to be done this way of my learning, then it's probably maybe not a good idea because over time you'll just get better and better. You just gotta figure out where your plateau is.
Yeah.
That's the real key. But
And
wow,
it's like,
that's
yeah, trying to find out different ways of learning certain topics or openings, that type of thing, or like end games or something.
mhm.
Like,
Yeah. So
just
usually when you hit so there's a difference. Have you played any tournaments like in person?
I haven't yet, but I'm looking at one at the moment. So
Ooh,
yeah.
that's they're gonna be the. You're gonna have some real fun.
Hmm.
That's online is it's great and all, but nothing
I mean,
beats
you
chess
can.
than in person.
Hmm. You can see this little. Well, it's not a little. It's quite a big
Yeah,
chessboard.
it's definitely not
It's a
little.
Yeah. It's a big chessboard I have, that I won in a giveaway.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and it's worth $730.
Ooh, that's pounds, right? Ooh, that's
Uh, no, that's American
okay.
dollars. Yeah, so I won that, and the only person that plays chess in my family, apart from me, is my dad. But he doesn't know a lot about chess
Oh,
at
so you
all.
just destroy him. It's like, can I even? It's not even
Yeah,
close now. Yeah, it's just mercilessly
yeah, I'll
wipe him off the
play.
board.
Exactly. It's good for my ego, but maybe not for me
You're developing an
learning.
ego now. I love it. A chess ego. Oh, this is great.
Yeah,
This is great. You're truly one of us.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So three. So wow. Three, so what? Real? So you did tons of tactics,
Hmm.
and that helped you kind of recognizing like blunders on your side, but also like attacking chances on your
Yeah,
opponent. Okay. And Lee chess is a little bit different. Like their tactics, they could change it to uh, all different styles of tactics. It doesn't have to be like purely like mates or material. It could be like an end game tactic or a middle game
yeah,
tactic, or yeah, they have a lot of good variety there. Um, yeah, so you've been progressing that's pretty fast, I have to say.
yeah.
The real test would be over the board. That's the real test because Like in the very beginning, you're probably gonna play a bunch of 1200s or 1300s, like 1200, 300, 1300 FIDE, and you're gonna either destroy them or they're gonna destroy you.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
exactly.
one or the other because either you're just gonna have a better understanding of chess and
Hmm.
you'll find their blunders and crush them, or you'll blunder because they're playing like the perfect
Yeah,
solid opening because but they're actually really are not. They're just like they just read a book or did a chessable course,
yeah.
did an opening, didn't know what to do in the middle game, and then they found a weakness and they'd exploit it, and they don't have to worry about the middle game because they're
Mm.
already on the attack. Yeah, I think I cannot wait for you to do your first tournament. I actually now I'm invested now. I need to know about this. Like you need to do a blog or when you do
Yeah,
your recap of your games on your stream, I'll be there.
yeah,
I
exactly.
need to see how it goes. So
Mhm.
what's your what do you what are you determining is going to be your first tournament? Like what are the criteria you want to fill?
Um, so it's probably going to be a classical tournament. I want to play more classical chess rather than online. It's mainly like rapid or blitz. I've never played a bullet game of chess. Simply
Wow.
because I know like how addictive they can be,
Yes.
and I don't want to go into that line of sort of getting addicted to bullet chess and then going back to rapid or something, and then all of a sudden playing too quickly and then not noticing certain tactics or strategies, and then
Yeah,
just yeah.
that's very wise.
Hmm.
You just have to build. You have to get some discipline and experience to know when to switch it on and
Yeah.
off. Right now, you're still in the learning stages, so which is funny because telling a potentially a 1600 player you're in the learning stages is kind of hilarious. Um, I'm really curious to see how you do the tournaments because the way ratings work, like over the board compared to online, and most people don't know this is it's usually a 300 to 700 point differential. So, for example, over the board, I'm officially like 1862, but my actual
Yeah.
strength is around low 22,000, like my actual strength. I can go online and play. I've gotten like 2400 bullet before online. I've got 2300 blitz before. So there's like the inflation. But I'm not 2400 or 2300 over the board. I'm not even close. So that's like I'm like a 400 500 point difference. And that's usually how it is. So we have to the real test would be the 12 1300s, and if you smoke them all, oh, it's going to be quite something. But you can't have
That's true.
any. Yeah, you can't. We gotta pamper your ego a little bit because we don't. We you
Yeah.
have no idea until you get in there because
Yeah,
90-30 is a
exactly.
completely different beast. Um, your opponents are less likely going to blunder,
Hmm.
and you yourself have to be like double checking everything, like every line, to get the best of
I
your
mean,
ability.
one of the things I weirdly like in chess is going getting out of the opening and I'm worse, and then converting the middle game. I really like converting middle games.
Well, yeah, be careful about that because,
Yeah,
like, at your level, you'll be able to convert. Like, you'll have a chance most of the time. At my
mhm,
level, it's very hard to convert. Like, you're
yeah,
down from the opening, you're screwed. Like,
yeah,
it's much more accurate, and that's why we have to like at the stronger at like I would say 2000 and higher. Openings are just getting more and more important because we just don't want to. It's so mentally taxing of fighting from a weakened spot, and your
mhm.
opponent, if they don't blunder, then or they don't like, it's very easy to attack if they have an advantage. Like it takes too much energy, and like it's better just to remember an opening and not like lose in the opening phase, and then like for me, my middle game is probably my strongest now. It used to be end game, so I don't study enough opening, so I have to be careful. If I lose from the opening, I'm probably dead. Like
Yeah,
80% of the time. Yeah, so yeah, you like their resilience now, but
yeah,
um,
yeah. Probably changed quite quickly, but
do you consider yourself an aggressive player, or are you more like solid defensive, like, or you're like a counter attack player? Like, have you figured out your niche yet?
probably aggressive. And
Ooh, nice.
I like just throwing everything at my opponent and sort of seeing how they cope with the pressure of certain things and looking for tactics along the way and everything.
Okay, so I guess let's take it one step further. So, are you like a Tal? where you're like you would sacrifice anything to
Well,
try to blow up and get an advantage, or are you more like let's say Karpov, who is positional but puts all this put tons of pressure on your opponent to like try to bend them to their will and make a mistake.
yeah, I'd say out of those two, I'm more like Harpov because with Tal and everything, like some of his sacrifices are absolutely insane, and I'm
Yeah.
nowhere like as confident to do that. I'll see something and be like, that could work, but then
Yes.
at the same time, I'm like, it could just be a massive blunder, and like,
Yes. So you weigh the risk a bit, and then for now you don't do it. Well,
yeah,
you probably should do it
hmm yeah,
because you're gonna because so like for your learning curve in chess, you should probably be doing those sacrifices way more because
hmm
you will really understand if it works or not. Like one of the hardest things to do is taking tactics and convert it into a real game and putting that tactics vision on. Like the
yeah,
reason why we do tactics is to build our pattern recognition, so that way we don't even have to think. We can just see the pattern and automatically do the result. But
hmm
if you start doing those tactics that are not going to work out just for the fun of it, like drop 200 yellow, for and to do all these different tactics, so you'll know which ones like out of the 9 out of the 10, one of these tactics worked. Okay, let's see if I can get 200 rating back. Because if you can, then you know you're at a certain strength level, and if you
yeah,
can't, then you know that maybe my rating wasn't as high as I wanted. And maybe I need to focus on this better.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's crazy. That's I actually have a. So I'll give you a quick story. I have a student.
hmm
Um, he's from the U.S. He's about 23 or 24, and he. So he put okay. So actually, let me rewind it this way. So I'm a big Reddit user, especially with
hmm
chess, and I love reading all the different topics and stuff. And there was a topic one day about a guy who um, made a bet with a couple of his friends that in 6 months he could get from 1100 rapid to 1850 rapid on chess.com,
Yeah.
which is very hard to do.
hmm
So everyone was just like trashing this guy. Like there's this, everyone that's like 1300, I'll never see 1850 in their life. They were just like losing on him. Like, how can he do that? Blah, 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 blah. And I know from a chess professional sense that it's technically possible. Like it's only 1850 rapid. It's not like if you can just play one opening and master it and just keep doing it, in theory you can do it. And if you breathe chess like 10 hours a day or have like obsessed nature, like you have like that strong curiosity, then you could
yeah.
probably do it. So I read this guy's thread and I was like laughing, like just reading this. And then I messaged him. I'm like, hey, let's see if he'll bite. And I'm like, do you want a chess coach? And he's like, yeah, I'm down. So I've been training him for about 3 months now. He has three
hmm
coaches. He has like one of them I think he dropped, but he has he has a grandmaster coach. So we were all
hmm
working on different parts of his game. Um, he's actually the highest he just got to was 1650, but now
Yeah.
he's at 1600 rapid, and he has a lot of time. He still has quite a few months left.
Yeah.
But right now he's in that stage where he's just getting he's just going from 15 to 16. He's just doing this for
Yeah.
like 20 days. But it's amazing how much he had to learn. Like he did tactics nonstop. He was watching stuff. He was learning from masters. Like he's getting there. Like I can see the way he thinks now. It's just different. He's
Yeah.
still trying to work on accuracy. That's always tough, but it's like, hey, you guys out there, it's possible, man. You just have to be obsessed. Like that's the
Yeah.
or oh, sorry, I forgot to mention how much the bet was. You want to take a guess?
hmm
How much the bet was?
Oh god. So it's in dollars, isn't it? Because it's
Yeah,
America.
yeah. So
Uh,
let's say it's in pounds. I can probably do the conversion
okay.
in my head.
Okay. 100 pounds or something. I'll say 100.
Higher,
Higher? Oh god. 200.
higher,
Oh no. 500.
higher,
Who has this type of money to bet around with? Oh my god. 700.
higher,
1000.
higher,
Uh, 3,200.
Oh, we're gonna take some time. We need to get high. We need to scale this.
2,000.
Let's keep going.
3,000. What the hell?
Let's keep going.
Okay,
Let's keep going.
5,000. 7,000.
Okay, I'll tell you. It's approximately, if I do the math right, I think it's like 19,000 pounds is the bet. And it's legit. Everything's legit about it.
I mean, I'd take that bet. Like, I'd give it a go.
For 6 months?
Christ.
Yeah. So,
oh my god.
So either you have an obsessive nature, Chess, or you have a bet of that high, and you'll get there.
Yeah.
I'm not. So here's the part
they'll
that
get the motivation if it's that much money.
Yeah. So this is the part I didn't realize till I started talking to him. He's actually a former Fortnite pro.
Really?
Yeah, top 100 in the world.
Oh my god.
Which is crazy when you think about it.
Yeah.
So I felt much more confident that he was going to get this eventually because he has a discipline. Like, you can't be a top Fortnite pro unless you're like top of your game. And he was a big streamer. Like, he had like 30,000 subscribers. Like,
oh my god.
Yeah. So really cool. Still watching his journey. And I told him once he gets to 1750, he needs to tell me every time he plays because I need to watch him live these games. Because once he hits 1850, I'm going to freak out. Like, it's going to be, he's going to be losing it. Like, I'm going to be losing it. Like, I am completely invested in watching this guy hit 1850. Like, I just want to see this. But yeah, he still has a lot to do right now. It's very hard right now.
Yeah.
He's not even played 1800s yet, which is going to be like, that's going to be painful for him. Like, real painful. So with chess, like what type of openings do you like? What's your opening repertoire? I'm just curious.
I'm only laughing because my favorite opening ever is the English opening.
Yes,
I love the English opening so much.
Yes, like, finally, English rules. Take that, Angelica. We were talking yesterday about D4, and I'm like, I don't like D4 players. And she's like, I love D4. And oh my God, that was a debate.
I mean, English. I used to. You want to know the story of how I became an English player as well?
Absolutely, 100%.
So to be fair, I used to be a D4 player. Like every single game.
It's okay.
I used to.
You're forgiving. You're forgiving.
Yeah. Thank you. But one day, I mouse slipped and I played C4 instead. And I was like, great, so how's that gonna go? And I kept playing and I accidentally played 6 moves or whatever of theory. Which at the time I was low rated. So I was after I analysed the game that I won it and everything, after I analysed it, I was like, maybe I should give it a go. Maybe I should see where this goes for me. And I've just fallen in love with the English opening. Anytime someone comes into my stream or asks on a YouTube video, what opening should I learn? I'm like, the English. Immediately the English.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I'll make you feel a little bit proud. The English opening is one of my best weapons in classical.
Yeah.
I have probably been more successful. Yeah, I think for most of my chess tournament career, the English opening for white has been my strongest weapon. And now I've developed 2 more very deadly weapons. The first one would be the Maroxy Sicilian, because I hate dealing with all the other Sicilian lines, because I don't want to memorize 15, 25 moves of theory and all the sidelines, good lord. So I just stick with the Maroxy, which I can control the opening better, and I know all about the Maroxy now. I've done it. I've tons of experience with it. And then for E4, because I am an E4 player, I'm an E4 and C4 equally. I play Italian game, and I have a very nasty particular line that I use only if certain criteria has been met. Where basically, I might show you this one day, where I just basically go all in on their king, and I do a pawn storm and I keep my king in the center in the Italian game. Only if black castles and they play h6, then I just set everything. Like, it's quite something. So you've succeeded more with English now, you feel like, than everything else?
Yeah, 100%. It's like the main opening I use. The English with white, and then the French defense with black.
Oh my god, you're literally me.
Yeah.
So
I love the French defense. It's so good. I don't understand why people hate on it. Like, it's so much fun to
it's
play.
very annoying. Like,
But it's
French.
fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to play. I like annoying my opponents, and I like being annoyed at a position myself. So I like trying to dissect it and everything and figure out certain things.
Okay. So I'll tell you a quick story. So I actually, for black, I play French all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to leave the French. I think I'm going to start. This is a bit courageous of me, but I think I'm going to start going to E5 now.
Yeah.
It's just E5 is very scary if you don't know everything, because there's so many openings that white can do against E5, and you have to learn like the Evans Gambit, Danish Gambit. You have to learn Italian, Rui Lopez. You have to learn like all those little twists and turns, and at the high level, it's so much. But so the reason why I learned the French was, so back in, I was playing in the what is it called again? Not Newmarket. It was Yeah, so there's a town near me in Toronto called, I think it was Caledon. Yeah, it was Caledon. No, it was Guelph. Yeah, sorry. I was playing that in a Guelph tournament in 2017, and it was the final round. I was like 18-30 those days. I was 2.5 points out of 4, so that's 2 wins, 1 draw, 1 loss out of 4 rounds, which is not bad. And my final round, I was playing against a 16-37, and I'll never forget this day. So I'm white, and he plays French defense, and I don't know anything about the French. Like, I barely know the basics of it because I just never really studied it. Even as 1800, I should have. Yeah. And within 8 moves, I was down a knight and 2 pawns.
Oh god!
Like, it was bad. It was like you just want to like leave the tournament bad. Like, so I'm sitting there just looking at this position, and I'm thinking to myself, if he castles, I resign, because there's no counterattack of any sort. I can't do anything. But for some odd reason, he decides to not castle. And I'm like, okay, so I'm not completely dead yet, even though I'm down like all this material. And then I had an old friend, like a 2200 friend, tell me in the past, like, remember, Matt, even if you're losing to someone lower rated than you, like a 1600, there's still a 1600. They have to prove it. Yeah. So I was able to come up with this like crazy counterattack, and I crushed him after 20 moves. And I remember after that day, I'm like, I need to master the French. I am not losing to 8 moves down ever again. So, because there's a lot of tricks with the French, I realized. So, yeah, no, I do use it now because I don't want to play Black Sicilia because there's just too much theory. There's so much. But yeah, what's your favorite? Like, what's your favorite response? Okay, so I'll give you a couple of responses, and you tell me what you do with French. I can test you. God. Yeah, I gotta test you off the bat. Okay. So I'm only gonna give you one because this is the one I'm curious how you respond. So obviously there's like so I go E4. And you would go E6, right?
Yeah.
And then I would go D4, and you would go D5.
Yeah.
So if I play Knight C3, what do you play?
To be fair, I've only started playing it more recently.
No, very good. I'm just curious what your response is.
I probably play Knight F6.
Yeah, excellent. That's what I do.
Yeah.
If you play, so instead of Knight C3, if I played Knight B D2, what would you play then?
I'm trying to like visualize it in my head.
Of course.
Oh God. Um, I don't know. That's the thing. Like, I need to study the French a lot more. Um, but yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah, so I think for black, the best reply is C5
Mm,
right off the bat. And I'm not gonna go too much into it, or else this is gonna be like a lesson. I don't want to do a lesson.
yeah.
I want to have a conversation. But yeah,
Mm,
C5 is like if you play today, you see that, just play C5, and you'll be
cool.
fine.
Nice.
You'll be chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't do knight f6 right off the bat.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got English for white. For French, you got black. So
Hmm.
if you play against a d4, what do you prefer for black? Or c4? What if you see your own English and go use against you?
Oh.
You got to take it
See,
personal, right?
yeah, exactly. When I see someone play C4, I sort of like challenge them. I'll play the symmetrical English, and I'll sort of yeah, I'll see how much of it they know, and because I want them to prove how much of theory they know.
Oh wow,
Um,
you take things like you're like a true. Oh my goodness, you're like a
yeah,
true like this is like beyond normal competition. You're like I don't know how to explain. I know you're laughing because you know what I'm referring to, but you got this like I don't know
personal
this.
vendetta.
Yeah, yeah, a vendetta against like you took my family, you killed my
Yeah.
children, like you took my dog away. I'm gonna hunt
Hmm.
you down. I'm gonna like you're giving me that type of like
100%.
focus.
Like,
Holy
if
jeez.
they're trying to use my own opening against me, like, I'm taking that personal. Like, but yeah, I
Yeah.
want them to prove how much theory they know. And then oftentimes they don't know as much as they should. Because of how much I've like studied the English or something, there'll be these moments where they'll play a wrong move or something, or they won't push a pawn, and I'll be like, well, I've got a better position now, and I know what I need to do next.
Nice, nice.
Um, so that's quite good for me. With D4, I do like going into like Queen's Gambit declined. I like seeing those. To be fair, I haven't actually come across D4 that much, which is surprising.
Really? Oh, I guess
Yeah,
you're ready. I think you'll see E4 more
yeah,
than anything.
100%. And whenever I see E4, I do just play a Sicilian
Oh yeah, no,
because
you should know Sicilian. Like it's very
yeah,
important to know it.
like when obviously I don't know what it is about the Sicilian, but it's just really fun to play. And obviously,
Mhm.
there's a lot of Grandmaster games with the Sicilian, so it's quite easy to sort of spot different moments which may come up in my own games and sort of take inspiration from those games and what I should do at certain moments. So yeah.
Well, Sicilia is like you're basically playing for the win as black. You're counterattacking, which means leads
Mm,
to very unstable positions, which gives chances both the white and black. So that's the fun part
yeah.
with playing Sicilian. And there's so many there's so many lines you can do with Sicilian.
Yeah.
Um, Dave, I had a really good specific question. It just left my brain for a second. Um, okay, so you're so since you've started learning chess, has your chess interest continued to like steadily increase? Like you want to know more and more and more, or is it like gone down a little bit, or is it like maintained the same? Like I'm just curious.
I
Like
mean, there's been points or something where I was sort of having a bad relationship with chess in the sense of I've got these photos where I've done like over 3,000 chess puzzles in a day, after school or something.
3,000
And
puzzles a day?
yeah, and I'd be like, oh, if I don't cross this sort of rating mark,
Oh,
then
okay.
like I haven't done well. Um, and there'd be points where it'd like be coming up to midnight. I'd be there still playing like my puzzles and everything. I'd
Wow.
literally be in tears, like trying to sort of get
Oh
across
my
this rating
god.
because I was putting this much pressure on myself, which I don't do anymore.
Okay.
And you shouldn't do at all. Like,
Yeah, that's like, oh my goodness.
yeah, but yeah, my like passion for chess and my interest in chess is still like increased. It's still going. Whenever I watch a game or something, it's just there's like excitement there still. I still want to see how it's going to go. I want to see how my own games are going to go. And like when I'm watching my favorite chess players' games, it's like, yeah, it's great.
Who is your favorite chess player?
Well, I've got a few. So I really like Jan Krzysztof Duda's games. I really like his games. I like David Howell's games, and
Okay, of course.
yeah,
Gotta
yeah,
represent the
exactly. And
British, yeah.
Jovanka Huska as well. They both follow me on Twitter, so that's like
Very cool, very
they're
cool.
absolutely great. Um, I like Vidit's games a lot. His games recently, he's been on fire. Like,
Yeah,
it's
he's
been,
been tearing it
yeah,
up.
it's been crazy to see. And then I also, who else's do I like? I like Andrei Yasipenko's games. To be fair, I like his style of chess. So it's really interesting to see like different chess players and their attitudes towards chess and certain openings and everything. So like I made this video one day, and I asked different grandmasters and everything about their favorite openings and their favorite games they've played. So and I got responses from like all of them, which was David Howell, Jovanka, who's an international master, Andrei Yasipenko, Jennifer Shahade, like quite a few. But then seeing that and their responses to that and their favorite openings was then like looking at me, and I was like, I'm gonna steal some of these openings and like learn them myself.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
I've never met someone who likes the Grunfeld as much as David Howell. Like, he loves that opening.
That's a tough opening to like
Yeah.
really understand for black.
hmm
Like when you're playing knight f6 and d5 into that minefield of white, and you just gotta learn how to. Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah.
Like I think it's recommended that you have to be at least like 2,000 ELO to really understand Grunfeld or higher, and even then,
Yeah,
you're
I haven't
like.
even given it a go yet. I'm like, I'm not even touching
I
that.
was thinking about it because I used to be a king. Well, I am a King's Indian defense player. So Grunfeld, I can make that transition and understand all those parts, but I don't know, man. It's just it's so
It's
much.
an intense opening. It's really intense.
Yeah, but that's the cool thing about chess is that when it feels like it gets boring, you can actually just like switch up your opening style, and then it's like a whole brand new game again. Like I'm never a D4 player. I've never done it. I've never played it at any tournament. But if I really wanted to, I'd go into the dark side and learn all about D4. Like I could, and it'd be like a whole brand new world of chess to learn. But that's still scary because I don't think I'll be as strong as played than I am now, playing like E4 or C4 or any of my regular like black like opening repertoire.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, so you're looking for your first tournament. You want to particularly find classical. How is the tournament scene in the UK specifically? Like, because you're the first person I think I've ever spoke to from the UK. Like I'm speaking to people from Ireland. Yeah, no, this is awesome. Like Ireland, the US, Bulgaria, I believe there was one. Yeah, and then Ukraine. Like I've spoken to many, but not from the UK. Not from the country where James Bond, my favorite, comes from. So, how is it there?
So I'm from the northwest of England, so countryside and everything, and it's a lot worse here than it is obviously in cities and in the south of England. So if I want to go to a tournament, if I want to play in a tournament or something, it's likely going to be a lot of traveling as well, which isn't ideal. But if it means I get to play like over the board and everything, I'll do it. I'll gladly do it.
But that's the excitement part. Like instead of driving for 10 minutes to a tournament, like which all of us unfortunately we can because we have clubs everywhere and tournaments and all that stuff. You get to plan an actual journey. So you can vlog all this. This is like, actually, you should be vlogging your first tournament. Like that's one thing I wish. Like again, at 15, I don't even know what vlog means at that time. But I still remember my first tournament, and I'll never forget it. But it would have been cool to actually like record the experience. You have that opportunity to. I'm kind of jealous now.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is as well, so I went to the FIDE Grand Swiss,
Mhm.
that happened in 2023. I went on a ferry, and
What's a fairy?
yeah, I went on a ferry, and it was first of all, the crossing was absolutely awful. It was supposed to take 3 hours, it took, like, 5.
Oh my
Um,
god. Oh
yeah,
my god. That's a lot.
mhm, but going to the FIDE Grand Swiss was probably, like, one of the best decisions I've made in my life. Like, that sounds dramatic, but, like, I met so many people and, like, I can't even, like, begin to describe the experience 'cause, I already knew Yavanka and David. I had lunch with Yavanka,
Oh wow.
in Eleman. Um I went to the after party. I was invited to the after party.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah.
Wait, how old you
Um,
was during that time during the after party? No drinking, right?
well,
What's
I'm
what?
18 and the drinking age is 18, and there was
Oh,
a
you're
free
so
bar.
lucky.
There was a free bar.
Wow. So in Canada it's 19, and I think in the US it's
Yeah.
21, and then in
Mm.
Montreal it's like 17. So it's like
But
very good, very
uh
good.
yeah, that was good. It's like I had been posting a lot on Twitter about my experiences and everything. I did a vlog about the FIDE Grand Swiss. And somebody recognized me from Twitter and they got a photo with me. And like that experience of being recognized by someone who like watches my stuff and everything was absolutely insane because this is when I had like maybe 500 subscribers on YouTube. That would have been in September.
Mhm.
And I'm at like 1,500 now or something. Um,
Hey, very good.
yeah. Fun fact, I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube on Christmas Day.
Oh
So good Christmas present.
no, that's a good. That is.
Mm. But yeah, I met so many people. I've got 32 signatures on a chessboard from people from the FIDE Grand Swiss. And yeah, I like it was such a good decision to go. Like I don't regret it at all. But
Yeah, you know what's funny? I've never been the type of person who likes getting like autographs
mhm.
from celebrities or anything like that. Um, the reason why is because so before chess, like this is like my full time like everything, like it's my passion now. But I used to have like a job like 99% of the world does. Like I was in the security field, like public safety specifically. So I've actually met like artists before and worked with them. The most famous person I've ever did security for was Ed Sheeran. Uh, I don't know if you want to hear
Wow.
that story. That's a whole other story, but it's like nothing impressive, but it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
So back in 2012,
Mhm.
I was just a guard those days. Uh, before like I guess a year ago I was in management, but so like I go up the ranks and stuff. But in 2012 I was a guard, and we had something called Much Music,
Mhm.
which we had like those big Much Music concerts and parties, and the Much Music Awards was coming up. So we arrived to Much Music. There's two stages. There's the main stage and then there's a side stage. And
Yeah.
I was told to provide security for the side stage right at the front. So basically, prevent anyone from jumping on stage and harassing or doing whatever to the artists. So I'm there, and it's like 3 hours before it starts, and I see all these like 15-year-olds, 14, 16-year-olds, all at the front. They're all like dancing around, blah blah blah, saying like Ed Sheeran. And I'm thinking to myself, who is Ed Sheeran? I don't know this guy at all. So we get to the actual concert. It's booming. Everything's fun. I'm watching it from the side. And then all I see is this white kid come to the front with a guitar, orange hair, or like red hair, I guess. And he just
Yeah.
stands at the front. And he's just like very like, I don't know. He just looks very dirty. Like he just comes out there, and everyone starts like gasping because they're all like, "It's Ed Sheeran," and I'm like, "Oh, this is Ed Sheeran, eh? Okay." And then he starts playing, and then he starts singing, and then
Mm.
I went, "Oh, that's why people like
Yeah.
him because he
Mm.
sounded amazing." And then
Yeah.
I realized, wait, I'm working right now. I gotta make sure everything's fine. So I'm like active, and there's no issues. So
Mm.
but I think it was 2 years ago. Ed Sheeran made a Twitter post saying, "Yeah, my favorite time in Toronto was during that time in 2012 at the Much Music Awards." So I replied to him and I said, "Yeah, I was the guy protecting your ass from the crowd." So that was like my
Yeah.
little fun moment with like Ed Sheeran. Uh,
Yeah,
no
it's
one,
very cool.
yeah. Now he's like a superstar. Like probably
Yeah.
has the best song ever made of all time. Like still #1 on Spotify.
Mhm.
Uh, but yeah. So the reason why I mentioned the signatures is because I'm sure you're aware of this, but we have the candidates coming in Toronto in
Yeah.
April. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know if actually you consider coming there, but I have a friend who. Okay, so I'm still learning all the rules of FIDE because I'm actually a national arbiter, and my goal is to become a international arbiter, which is basically a
Nice.
judge for all
Yeah.
FIDE events. So one of the requirements is that we have to get 16 boards, like DGT boards, like a specific
Hmm.
type. There's actually different styles of DGT boards, and because there's going to be 16 candidates, right? Eight
Yeah.
from both sides. After the 16 are done, we're probably gonna have to liquidate the boards because sell them off because we don't need 16 boards anymore. So there's a friend I know who's doing all that arrangements, but he's also selling 16 boards of all the candidates' signatures on it. And I'm thinking
Hmm.
to myself, this is probably the only time in my life the candidates is gonna happen. I am gonna go to the candidates. I'm just trying to figure out
Yeah.
how to get in there because I don't want to go in for a day. I actually want to meet them and interview them, and I think there's a way I can do that, but I have to confirm that with another friend. But I'm thinking about seriously purchasing uh,
Yeah.
the 16
The whole.
candidate board for 2024 in Toronto because I don't think it would be like. Obviously, there's a little bit of sadness that Magnus is not going to be there. We're not, and that's
Hmm.
a huge miss. Like that really sucks for us in general. Like it sucks for the
Yeah.
whole chess world in a sense. But the thought of having put that away. The thought of having like a board of like the candidates all signed from a single year to happen in your home city. I don't think I'll
Yeah.
ever see anything like that again. So I'm really
Yeah.
considering it. Like I'm very considering it, getting this, and maybe I'll have it like right here
Yeah.
with all the
Hang it up.
signatures. Actually, no, that might be a cool idea.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
I am excited for it.
hmm, I'm pretty lucky in the way the FIDE Grand Swiss like sort of fell, with it being not too far away. And on there I do have signatures from Hikaru, from Fabi, from Prav, from
Yes.
Gukesh, and from Vaishali and everything. So I've got like quite a few candidates on there, and I've got like Vincent Keimer's signature. Like I I'm a true Vincent Keimer fan. I believe he's going to be a world champion in the future. I believe in him.
Hell yeah.
But like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I've also got Vidit's signature as well. So like, that's pretty cool.
Oh hell yeah, man!
Yeah.
You're like one step ahead of like literally everybody.
I mean, the thing is as well, I post a lot on Twitter. That's where my main audience sort of grew from, was Twitter. Me posting on there, and then one day I was like, would you guys watch if I uploaded YouTube videos? And then that spiraled. And now on Twitter even, like Grandmasters for me, it's like on New Year's Eve 2023, I got the notification. I was just looking through my Twitter notifications, and it was like, Vidit followed you. I was there like, I freaked out. But
Damn.
like, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Especially because like obviously I met him a couple of months earlier and everything, and yeah. I mean, it's like at the after party for the FIDE Grand Swiss and everything. There were all these tables set out, and it's quite funny seeing who was on different tables or whatever.
Mhm.
I was sat with Fiona, Ivanka, David, Niels Grandelius, like, and then down our table there was loads of chessboards, and it was like Vincent Keimer and Mishra. They were playing like 10-second chess against each other or something,
Oh god,
and I was there like looking like, what on earth is
that's
going
so
on?
brutal.
Yeah, Anish was playing. Who was Anish playing against? Oh, he was playing against Tanya, Tanya Sachdev, and Tanya won. So like it's just stuff like that. It's just something you'll never forget. Like obviously my experience there, it's just really, really weird. Like I look back at it and I'm like, what on earth happened? But
Yeah, but it's the first
yeah,
of many to come.
yeah.
That's another thing too. I
Mm.
remember when I first met. So it was last year. I met a couple of grandmasters. I met Anish Giri. I did an interview with him live. For there was a I can't remember the name of that tournament from last year. It happened in Toronto. Like this, it's like the Global Chess Championship, I think.
Yeah.
And then I did an interview with Wesley So, who was the eventual winner of that tournament. That was one of my best YouTube videos. I think it went 8,800 views for someone for
Jesus,
me.
that sounds a lot.
Yeah, well, for me that's huge because I'm still a small YouTuber. Like I've been uploading shorts nonstop to try to get my subscribers increased because I'm doing this podcast. So I want those views to transform to listen to the podcast eventually. But I also met Magnus. That was completely random, and I didn't even. It was like I wrote a whole blog about that because I was like, I guess not many people have met Magnus. Now that I think about it, like when I think about it, and I don't have a photo of it to prove it, but I don't need a photo. Like the interaction was
Yeah.
funny enough that it was a very random, but like I'm glad I did meet him.
Yeah.
How did you grow your Twitter audience? Like that's so for me, I'm trying to expand all my social medias.
Mhm.
Right now, my biggest focus is YouTube, Instagram. I'm also posting blogs nonstop on chess.com and Lee Chess
Yep.
and Substack, which actually has helped me gain students from online because I that's like part of my income is
Yeah.
chess students. Um, I've had a Twitter account that I've been slowly trying to grow, but I'm like I'm lost as to like a map of how to grow a Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, for me, so I was hovering around 500 followers the time I went to the FIDE Grand Swiss on Twitter. And as soon as I got there, like I basically started posting about it and like I got photos with some chess players. Like I got a photo with Andrei Yasipenko, I got a photo with David Howell. Um, I would post updates of my chessboard and like whose signatures I had gotten.
Oh,
I
okay.
Yeah, I got photo with Vidit and everything. And the thing is, once Vidit and Vaishali had won, I had already gotten a photo with both of them. So I uploaded that. And then a lot of Indian chess players started following me. Like the Indian audience for chess were like she supports the Indian chess
Yeah, yeah,
players
yeah.
and like all
Nice.
of a sudden like I went to bed or something and then the next day I woke up I was over 1,000 followers. I like didn't know what was going on.
Wow.
It was a very quick growth overnight. Um, but like now, obviously, I'm not at any tournament. I'm just at home. You know, I have a full-time job that I need to manage as well as making content and like meeting up with friends, spending time with family, that type of thing. Um, I sort of try and post about what's going on in the chess world a lot, so keeping up to date. Like with the freestyle chess tournament that's going on at the moment, the like Chess 961. I'm sorry, but the outfits, the jackets and everything, I'm not a fan. So I tweeted about them. That got some good responses.
Hmm.
I think the main thing is just sort of posting relevant stuff and like stuff that a lot of people are already interested in. And so seeing something that is similar to that or is involved in that as well, they'll automatically be like, oh, I like that. Oh, that's quite interesting. And then they might go into your account and follow because of the other stuff you post about chess. Um,
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to take a leaf from your book, especially for the candidates,
yeah.
because I'm trying to figure out like and I still have some time because we have the early bird. Like the entry to go to the candidates is actually quite cheap for us locally.
Hmm.
So I'm just trying to figure out like what certain days entail and like should I be there like every day? Should I be there certain day? Like I'm trying to figure this all out for April because I really wanted to make it a huge like media. Like I have a good camera now, like what I'm using now, like a ZV-10, excellent for vlogging. I can do commentary. Maybe there's streamers there I could meet up to. I got a bunk bed if anyone wants to
Yeah.
sleep there. Like, not have to pay like $150 or a day for rent or whatever. Like, I'm down. I've already converted this to like a studio already for uh, for podcasting, so I can do it for easily stream it as well. But yeah, so I think Twitter is the biggest thing because then I'm taking pictures, I'm posting. There's the candidates, like like crazy move, like watching like the fan zones and like the reactions and putting that on Twitter, like rather than on Insta. Like, yeah, I can see how that would make sense. So that's gonna be my true focus. Is gonna be on like I'll add everyone I can humanly possibly add from our streaming community on Twitch prior to the candidates, and I'm just gonna because I have to realize that I'll probably be one of the few people that can actually see firsthand the candidates and actually like give like video. Like I can't sleep during the candidates. I'm not allowed to.
Yeah,
I'll have to do
pretty
like
much. Yeah.
nothing but like episodes and recording and talking about moves and posting nonstop. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have to just go obsessed with it and then
Yeah.
uploading it all real time too. That's the toughest part.
Mm.
No, I'm getting more excited about this. You guys give me some good ideas.
Yeah, but it's like obviously whenever I upload a video onto YouTube or something as well, I always make sure all of my social media links are in the description.
Yeah,
Because then obviously it's easy access for someone rather than like having to Google or go onto Twitter and be like, what's this person's username? That type of thing. Um, I think it's also like interaction with people who watch your stuff as well. Like that type of thing, responding to their tweets as well or replies that they've done to you. That type of thing helps a lot. Like it's more of an interactive audience rather than just tweeting like necessarily if you tweeted a position from a game you played or something and then people found it interesting and were replying and then if you didn't reply or something, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, that like sucks."
yeah,
That
yeah.
type of thing.
It's like the puppy going, "Huh," like.
Yeah, yeah.
So how did you grow your YouTube? Because you said, what's your subscriber count on YouTube right now?
Let me check. So the first time I uploaded a YouTube video, God, how long would that have been? It would have been a few months ago now.
Oh, you're like
Uh,
very recent. Okay.
yeah. So my first upload probably would have been around October time. Okay, so October time, I hit 100 subscribers. I
Nice.
remember that because it was just before I was going on holiday. And then I came back and I normally upload a video every Monday. That sort of consistency. And like I didn't have a good camera or anything.
Yeah.
I didn't have a computer, I didn't have a PC. It was all sort of like just me sort of recommending chess books, that type of thing for beginners, making my content very beginner accessible because I feel like what a lot of YouTubers sort of miss the mark with in chess especially is they kind of make fun of beginners a bit too much. In the sense of like because they don't know much about the game, it's easy to be like, "Oh my god, how did you blunder that?" Like that's
Yeah.
such a crazy move to like not see. But obviously, if you're new to the game, you're not going to see that. And having this space where somebody who's new to chess or who is coming back to chess after
Hmm.
not having learned it for a long time, like I feel like that's really important. So I sort of made it as accessible to people as I can, and I sort of reiterate whenever I'm live doing like I guess the elo type of thing, or when I hold tournaments online. I try to make sure people aren't just like making fun of people because of their elo. Like you're welcome no
Yeah,
matter
of
what your
course.
elo
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just kept on uploading like every Monday. I don't even know what it was, but I just kept gaining and gaining and gaining subscribers. So yeah, within a few months, obviously I hit 1,000 subscribers, December
Wow.
25th.
That's
Yeah.
That's crazy
Mhm.
growth. Like,
Yeah. And then since December, I'm now at like 1,553. I just checked.
wow.
So, yeah, it's very weird at the same time because it's like, oh my God, all these people watch my videos, they like watch my
Mhm.
stuff and everything. But yeah, it's very rewarding as well, like to just know people enjoy your stuff and what you're doing and they'll continue to watch that type of thing.
You're a natural to this. Eventually, just get your YouTube bigger. You won't even need a
Yeah,
full time job anymore. You'll just
yeah,
let it grow over time, and then you could like go anywhere with chess.
yeah, that'd be really cool. That's the dream.
Hmm. Dreams. What's that famous quote? Dreams are important, but it's consistency and discipline that'll make it
Yeah.
reality.
Mm.
Nice. Have you started using shorts recently for your growth?
The thing is, like, I so Hans Niemann's YouTube editor follows me on Twitter, and he posts a lot about like short form content and stuff, and like growing that type of thing. And I've talked to him about a bit about short form content, but I still haven't done it yet because I don't know where to start with it. And I'm like, I all of my content is more long form, and sort
Which
of
is the more
going into that.
successful one? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But going into short form content and like going to a new audience through whether that's through TikTok or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, that type of thing, it's like really difficult to start. So I haven't done it yet, but I want to.
Hmm. Yeah, that's actually the one I've been focusing on more recently. Because with YouTube, I've been trying to, just like you, I've been trying to figure out like what's the way to grow this. Because my number one goal is to monetize it. That's the number one way, and the number two is the podcast. That's like my baby. That's the one I know. That's like my long term plan where I know in the beginning it's going to be me basically cold calling everybody, asking if they want to come on. Who is this random guy named Vijir, or this chess guy? Like who? I don't know
Yeah.
this person at all. But I
Hmm.
know it will become something. Like I don't know if it's going to become big. I don't want to even think about that. But I know that
Yeah.
when I get like 50 streamers, okay, now I have some weight. Like,
Yeah.
reach out to 50 streamers here, like their chess journeys. Which, by the way, every chess journey has been so unique. Like yours have been so unique. I didn't even know that you learned 3 years ago. That blows my mind away, and that you're already figuring out algorithms. More grandmaster names than even I know. And I've been doing this since
Yeah.
I was 4. Like breathing like chess, and no, it's really remarkable. Like I love it. Everyone's so different. Like this is why I do this. So I can hear about everyone's chess journey, but I know that it's going to grow over time, like slowly but surely. And then all the streamers that I've had a pocket with, they will benefit from it because and we do this all the time. If we like a YouTuber, we're going to look at their one video and then we're going to look at all their videos. And I think that's what's going to slowly happen. And I know that that's connected with Twitter, which is connected with Twitch, which is connected with Insta and all that stuff. But as for the long form content, I'm experimenting with different videos and sorry, and there hasn't been really any like specific traction of videos or like of views.
Hmm.
But when I started doing shorts, and I'll do more like reactionary shorts, um, like funny stuff like someone blundered, but I'll also talk about like key like sacrifices I'm about to do. Um, I've been getting like at least a minimum from 1,500 to 4,500 viewers,
Yeah.
just a short. And every time I do a short, like most of the time I get one subscriber out of it. So in the last, I think 22 days, I've gained almost 100 subscribers just through shorts
Yeah.
alone, which I feel like that's my only way to really growing my subscriber count to get to the monetization. But now at least that all these shorts are all chess people, so I think that's a good idea for me right now. And I
I mean,
found,
like
sorry, go ahead.
you go first. It's all right.
Yeah, no, and I mean, like, I got it now to a point where shorts is not difficult for me. Like, I just did a short right now prior, like, to us talking to start off today. Um, like, I got into a system now where me getting the content and execute it and create it, like, it takes minutes to do it now. And I'm following H1 Chess's advice where, excuse me, he said that when you first start off YouTube, you need to do 6 shorts a day, and you'll see tremendous growth.
Yeah.
So 6 shorts is a lot. Like that's
Yeah.
like to find it and stuff. But I realize if I stream a lot, I can easily get the shorts from the stream, and then I can change the content of the stream. So there are some shorts of me like singing like Linkin Park while playing 1-0 Bullet against a 2200. I've had a few hundred or a few thousand viewers from that, but it seems to me like, and then Twitter and YouTube and Instagram are completely different audiences of what they like. Like Instagram likes me, for lack of a better term, destroying other chess players and mercilessly burning them to the ground in their village. They love that. They love seeing blood.
Yeah.
While YouTube was more like they like the educational, like sack the queen, like the exchange to win the game. That's probably the best one that I got. It's almost 5,000 views now. So today after this I was gonna stream and, well, actually I have to go to a chess club first. I've actually debated if I should or not. I like the life of chess, but I wanted to go switch up my Twitch content to more, instead of play Bullet or 3-0, I'm gonna play 3-2, and I'm gonna literally talk about all my games like I'm an instructor, and I'm like, what's my thinking process? What am I gonna do here? Do arrows and stuff, and then take those and make those shorts and see how that works. Because I saw someone on Instagram that's been doing that. He's been averaging 30,000 views each short or Instagram, and I'm like, I could do that. Like that's not even a no brainer. Like, so I love it how listening to you, listen to other streamers and others that are into chess. I love how everyone has their own creative ideas and ways of. I just love like experimenting and trying it out, but at the same time, I'm still doing my thing, which is the podcast. That's like my niche thing. That's what I want to be known for. Like, you know what? I went on Matthew's podcast and I had a really good time, but just like, it was relaxed, it was chilled, had some memes, some funny jokes and stuff, talked about chess. Like, I think like, I don't have a favorite episode yet, and I don't want to say it because it's going to be like, oh no. But Angelica's yesterday, it hasn't even been released yet. I still have to do editing. But I'll give you a quick little tidbit. I found out that she's actually a really good singer.
Yeah?
Like, super good at singing.
Mm.
And she sang 2 songs on the podcast. One from Ukrainian and one English. I'm not going to say what the names are.
Yeah.
But, like, where do you get that? You get, like, out of nowhere. Like, to me, I'm just like, oh, man, that's a moment. Yeah, I can't wait to get that out. That I'm not gonna make it a short. We'll do it. I'm gonna make that like a clip and put it out on YouTube first before I release it. But yeah, it was very touching. So again, everyone's like, I like how everyone has their own different strategies, and apparently you just like everything that you touch, you turn to gold. Apparently, that's what I'm sensing from you.
I wish, but yeah, it kind of it seems like that sometimes. Some people have asked me like, how on earth did you grow so quickly? Like, what's happened and everything? And I like can't really explain it. I'm like, I'm lucky. I'm just really lucky with how like well people receive my content that I put out, whether it's through Twitter or through YouTube, that type of thing. And I just want to keep going and sort of see what people like.
Well, I could definitely answer part of that. So I think it's all about like luck and timing. But from my perspective, I think it's your personality. You have a sort of like bubbliness that a lot of people can be drawn to. Like I remember when I watched, like I was going through. I always like watching different chess. Like I just go click all the different ones, especially like all the smaller streamers like us. We're just like I'll go through them all, just curious. And I remember I came to yours, and you were so entertaining with like your chat, and you had all this like bubbly energy. And I'm like, this is someone I think I would have enjoyed a conversation with on the podcast. So I'm like, okay, what's her name? Zara Mov. It's like an old video name. Like, okay, like, do they have an email? Nope. Okay, how do I find them? Go on. Search their YouTube. No email on their YouTube. Okay, well, how am I going to message them? Oh, they have Instagram. Okay, I'll just do it that way. But no, I think it's. I think at the end of the day, it's all about personality. So there is something that your audience likes about you, and the fact that you're still growing and people are adding and engaging with you. Like that just goes to show that you're like, like that should be a very good warm feeling because you're just
Yeah.
being you. Like
Yeah.
there are others, and I'm sure there's streamers out there that have like the split personality, like
Mm.
hi darkness, like
Yeah.
like that type of
Yeah.
style. And then how do you mix that and blend it both? Like you can't.
Mm.
Once it's done, it's kind of done. You don't have
Yeah.
to pretend. You could just be you, and you're being,
Yeah.
you're being authenticated for the real you.
Yeah.
So
What I was gonna say before is you were talking about like monetization on YouTube and everything. It's like I'm past the 1,000 subscribers, I think it is,
yeah,
for monetization on YouTube. But then it's the watch hours that's like really kicking me. 'Cause
yes,
it's like 4,000 watch hours you need to
yes,
get your like channel fully monetized, which is absolutely insane. Like on Twitch the other day, or like a couple of weeks ago now, for the first time, I got an email saying like I'm invited to be a Twitch affiliate,
yay,
and yeah, my first stream would have been like the 1st of January, and I got that email end of January or something.
very wow.
Or
That's very tough to do.
yeah, like getting yourself monetized on Twitch and everything for me was a lot easier than getting myself monetized on YouTube because I'm not even monetized on YouTube. Like I don't make anything off it.
Yeah, YouTube is very
Um,
hard. Yeah, it's those watch
yeah,
hours.
it's the watch hours and like making longer videos or something and then editing them and uploading them. There's still obviously not a guarantee that people are going to watch it all the way through. A lot of people don't. So it's like a very difficult situation where you're trying to balance like, okay, I want to make this video with this sort of narrative or whatever, and this is how I'm going to do it, and then also watch hours, that type of thing.
Yeah, no, and just to explain to the viewers and audience what we're talking about. So YouTube, I don't know how it was years ago because I made my YouTube account 7 years ago, and it was very different than what it was in terms of monetization with like AdSense and stuff. I think you only needed like 1,000 subscribers, and you got your monetization. Now what it requires is so there's two things. There's YouTube. First of all, you need to do like 500 minimum subscribers and up to 3 uploads every like 90 days. That's
Mm-hmm.
for eligibility. And then the actual like criteria is you need 3,000 watch hours in 365 days, or you need 3 million views, short views in 90
Yeah.
days.
I was going to say that's for the shorts monetization, I think,
Yeah.
or like to get so people can pay like membership fees or something if they want to, and
Yeah.
if you set that up. But then if you want to be monetized on like normal videos or whatever,
It doubles.
you have to have you have to have 1,000 subscribers, but you have to have 4,000 watch hours. I have uploaded how many videos I've uploaded? I don't know how many videos I've uploaded. A lot. Well, a
Yeah.
few anyway. And I have 1,482 watch hours. And
That's
it's like,
really high still. Like,
yeah, like considering how recently I started making my videos and everything, like that's obviously
that's insane.
really
Yeah. Holy
high.
jeez.
Yeah, but then it's also like there's such a struggle in trying to identify what your audience wants you to upload,
Yes.
what's popular at the moment, and also like with thumbnails or something. If you have a really, really good video, but you have an awful thumbnail, you're not really going to have a very high click-through rate, and not many people will like go on to it.
There's for a quick tip for thumbnails, and I'm not an expert at thumbnails because I'm using the crappiest ones. But
Yeah.
if you go to Fiverr, there are people that do like 5 thumbnails custom for like $30. And I think
Yeah.
if you're doing specifically long form videos consistently, I would just hire
Yeah.
one of them because then you give them a
Mhm.
description of your video, they'll make a thumbnail for you, and then they'll make it for like 5 of them for your. And then they'll
Yeah.
just give you those really high quality thumbnails. I think that would be I think that'd be completely worth it for
Yeah.
your stats. For me, I think I really want to focus on the shorts
Mhm.
because I've tried long form stuff and nothing's working. And again, my Twitch is the podcast will be the greatest form of long form, and I know that will grow on its own over time. And if I can like start averaging like 30,000 shorts videos instead of
Yeah.
like 5,000 because I changed the content up, I think I'll have much more. You know, it's funny. I'm actually gonna go for the 3 million view in
Yeah.
90 days because and remember I just need to have if one of those videos ever go viral like those shorts like one of the things I can't stand and I haven't done it yet but it's like a constant battle is like create a shorts trap video like
Yeah.
those things are so popular and I can't stand why but they're getting like millions and billions of views and I'm like man if I got one of those I could just
Yeah.
get my monetization like right off the bat so oh, Shorts is a game changer.
Yeah. It's like a video I'm working on at the moment. It's gonna kind of be like a documentary style one.
Nice,
It's like
nice.
it's gonna be a lot of a longer video. Obviously still about chess and about one specific chess player. Um, so I'm like gonna try and do that, and I might do what you said and like hire someone off Fiverr to make a thumbnail that will fit the video as well.
Yeah,
But
if it's
it's
something like really specialized, I would get a thumbnail
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like another thing too with your if you want to start having fun with shorts, um, the easiest way I've now gotten to like a formula where like
Yeah.
before actually no I'm actually a little behind on my blogs. I need to start writing one for tomorrow, but uh, I was able to do a blog every 3 days because like to the point where I couldn't like function without getting a blog done. Like I had it like obsessed in my head, and now with shorts, every time I do, even if I do a 1 hour stream, there'll be some funny moments that happen during streaming, whether I'm losing or etc. Excuse me, or key phrases because I'm very animated. I'll just take that timer, I'll put it in my notepad, and then when I'm done, I'll go through the stream, find all the times, and then I will take it, cut the clip, make it a short, upload it.
Yeah.
And it takes like 5 minutes for each short. So
Just give me 1 second.
yeah, no worries.
Okay, sorry about that.
And
I'm
this is
back.
why we don't do it live.
Sorry about that.
No, it's
I'm
okay.
back though.
It's okay. I can edit all this. This is not a problem.
Yeah, sorry.
So I'll just continue on with the shorts part.
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. And yeah, so with shorts, I'm able to go on Twitch and I'll take all the numbers and I'll copy it on all the different type of clips and then I just get it done in 5 minutes and I've been able to do it consistently now where I'll then take the shorts and I'll upload it ahead of time like 1 day, 2 days, 3 days ahead. So I need to like do like a super stream like of like 5-6
Yeah.
hours and then I can just like get all the shorts done in like 1 hour and then I don't have to worry about this for a while. But I've been really enjoying the shorts like take off in both Instagram and like I get like every one follower. I'm like, okay, worst case scenario, I'm getting a follower. That's good. Best case
Yeah.
scenario,
Yeah, exactly.
maybe I'll hit those 10K views or 15K views or something. But yeah, I'm really excited for today. Like when I come back from the chess club. And there's so many chess clubs in Toronto, so there's another one I'm visiting
Yeah.
where I can do the like instructional video style shorts. So
Yeah.
I'm very excited for that. No Super Bowl for me. It's all
Yeah.
about chess.
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know, shorts have obviously taken off so much recently, especially with short form content in general. And it's just sort of about finding that healthy sort of balance between what you normally upload and then also enticing people to come and watch it through shorts videos and everything. But I might give it a go. See if I've got any clips from streams.
Well, like you're going like at the fact that you're at 1.5 viewers, like I'm like low key jealous right now. Like, oh my god! Like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna look at all your YouTube videos and see how you've been doing it. And I'm like, okay, this is just doing it this way. I'm doing it this way. Like,
yeah.
and you know that's a good. Sorry, go ahead.
You're all right. What's funny as well is people have asked me like, "Oh, what do you edit on? Like your YouTube videos and everything?" And I edit on iMovie.
iMovie, that's like such a classic.
Yeah, I edit all of my videos on iMovie on my laptop. Like I'll film it and everything all on here on my computer, and then I'll like download it onto my laptop and edit it on there, just because it's something I'm used to, and also it's free as well. Like I don't want to have to pay like £20 a month or something.
Or are you? Is your desktop a Mac?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's why, like, I have a weird, like, I think I'm gonna have to upgrade my laptop eventually because, like, I run a desktop, regular computer. Really, it's pretty decent. Like, it's been running for 5 years, pretty strong. 60 gigs of RAM, all that good stuff. My Mac is 2015. It's old. It's very slow. Well, not very slow. Like it's all right. But I can't edit videos because these two don't talk to each other. So I can still do all my other stuff, like, you know, emailing like Twitch people, doing my chess lessons, but it's just not smooth enough. So my real next purchase would probably be upgrading my laptop and then find a way where I could just like access everything here, edit videos on the spot, all that stuff, and then everything can be truly seamless. But again, that's like a long-term plan. I'm not really like I got what I'm doing now. I'm good at what I'm doing right now, like technology-wise.
Like one of the things that I would do is just share like a Google Drive or something full of videos or something to my laptop, and then edit them on there and upload them from my laptop instead. Just because it would be quicker than transferring it back over to my PC and everything. But it's really interesting to see like how people sort of go through their motions of how they upload content and how they edit it and everything, especially when they're in the same scene as you, such as chess and everything.
Yeah, and everyone has their own unique views, and you know we still have some of the greatest to ever do it. The Gothams, the Karus, the Agators, the chess networks, all that stuff. Yeah. So, what advice would you give to new chess players? Because I know that some of your videos, you said earlier, are tailored towards the beginners. Now that you are no longer a beginner, I think it's safe to say that.
Yeah.
What would you recommend for anyone new to chess, to get into chess? Like, what would you recommend?
I would say don't go all in sort of these clickbaity YouTube videos that are like, beat this opening in 5 minutes or something, and sort of cramming all these different openings into your head, because that's not going to help you. Sort of pick 1 or 2 openings and specialize in it, learn lots about it, enjoy playing it as well, because otherwise you're going to confuse yourself. And you're not going to know an opening as well as you might think you do. And obviously that's detrimental. Also, learning end games as well pretty early on helps a lot. Like, you don't necessarily need to know how to do like a bishop knight mate as soon as you're learning chess.
Oh my god.
Like, that's torturous.
Do you know how to do that?
Oh god.
It's like 37 moves minimum, like, to get that going. Yeah.
But like learning how to mate with a rook and a king against a rook or something, like just do those basic sort of patterns and get yourself into it, because like a lot of people say, chess is mainly pattern recognition. A lot of it is learning these tactics and everything and then implementing them into your own games. So if they're like second nature for you, you're gonna pick up things a lot quicker and make progress a lot quicker as well.
There's your short. You just did your short right now. When I get this uploaded, you're gonna come back here. You're gonna take this snip, and you're just gonna upload your short there. I just 100%. You're gonna get 100,000 views off that one. Seriously, that was really well said. Like,
Thank
like
you.
spot on. Like I couldn't have said it any better without a British
Yeah.
accent than.
And don't play 47,000 chess puzzles in a few days or a few months even. That's not great for you.
Slightly upset.
But
No, that's cool. That's you have to be obsessed if you want to be great.
yes, yeah, exactly.
Okay, now I'm gonna turn the tables to you. So now that you're into your chess journey,
Yeah.
what is your 5-year goal in chess? From a competitor standpoint, not necessarily as a content
Yeah.
creator.
Oh, so I want to play more over the board games. Obviously, I haven't played any at the moment. So my first one might be in May, hopefully.
Hey, my birthday.
Yeah. Hopefully my first one will be in May. So it'll be building up that classical rating and also just having that experience in a chess tournament in the first place. Like I've tweeted before saying that I don't really mind if I go into my first chess tournament and I lose every single game because I'm going to be able to learn from that and analyze them, whether that's with my opponent or by myself. Like I'm going to be able to learn from that experience and how I lost, what type of things, like what tactics did I miss, where did I go wrong in my opening, that type of thing. So I like to up that. I'd also ideally want to go to some tournaments outside of the UK as well. Like I think traveling and doing chess as well would be really cool, especially if I can combine it like with content and everything.
Oh yeah,
making
of course.
Yeah, analyzing my games, doing little vlogs, going there. Like
So that's why I wanted to be an international arbiter because, like I know it's funny that from your perspective for me to say this, but I'm not going to truly get better. Like I may become a 2200 if I really, 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 really tried. But being a little bit older now, I've realized that I have to really make my time worth it to what I love. And do I necessarily love becoming a stronger player? Not as much. Like I'm strong. Like I'm the top 1%. That's all I care about. But do I want to travel around the world and do chess and vlogs? Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Arbiter is also a way of doing it because a lot of tournaments need arbiters, like really good ones, and I'm very good at that. And even though I'm in the beginning journey of that arbitering. Like 5-10 years from now, I'll be very solid, like be an international arbiter, and I'll be asked to go to tournaments around the world, and I can do vlogs, videos, and join chess journey that way. So that's like my idea of traveling for chess.
Yeah, exactly.
Now that's assuming that the podcast doesn't take off and suddenly like I get like that's a whole other world that could potentially come up. But I think combining like life with chess in terms of like the traveling and the vlogging and the playing, like you can't ask for better or more. But there is real struggles in chess, like going 0 for 5 and when you're traveling to a tournament that's a tough thing to deal with. But it's a reality though.
Yeah, but it's like that story when Vincent Keimer lost all of his games out of 9, and but after each game, he still asked his opponent to like sit down and analyze and like tell him where he went wrong and everything. And like now you look at where he is today, and you're like, just because you did bad in one tournament or a few tournaments, like doesn't mean you're not going to do anything with chess, that type of thing. And obviously motivation levels as well with chess. If you go 0 for 9 in a chess tournament, you're going to be like, oh great, is chess actually for me? But if you love it, then keep going.
You need to fail in order to succeed.
Exactly, yeah.
And you know what, with your nature, like I almost think that if you go 0 for 5 in your first tournament, that actually might even be better for you, because you're just gonna come in like a demon. Like every opponent, you're gonna take very personal in your next turn. Like I need to win. You're gonna lose.
Or if I see someone that I've already played and lost against, then
it's just like you may look like very bubbly, but you have horns that are coming out of your head. Like you're like the evil, like evil Zara the Zara the Mighty, or like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or Zara the Ferocious, we'll call it that way, or something.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my god. No, that's great. Okay, so I'm gonna have let's fire some quick, rapid questions for you to close this off. I think some of them. I think I already know a couple of the answers, but I'm trying to come up with a more formal, like, rapid fire questions, and I didn't even have time to make it from yesterday, so I'm just recalling stuff off the top of my head. But we'll go with some very basic stuff. Hot or cold?
Oh, cold.
Ah, cold. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from the UK. I'm from the north of England.
Yeah.
Like, I live in the mountains. Like,
Very nice.
I
Oh, you have some really nice
um
mountains over there. Like, is it a good traveling area, like, for tourists?
yeah, very touristy area. I've been to Iceland before with school.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because I did geography at A level. And we went to see some volcanoes. So
Man, you really
fun
like
fact.
this.
Yeah.
You like this geography type stuff. You know what?
Mhm.
You should become one of those environmental specialists. Or
Well, fun fact, I wanted to be a volcanologist when I was younger as well.
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just. You know what? You need to, for your subscriber badges. You need to have like a little icon of like a volcano erupting. That's that
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
Fiverr, go contact. Sorry, get that done. Make the
Yeah,
subscriber badge.
exactly.
E4 or D4?
E4, I'd say now.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
purposely let out C4 because
Yeah, I was
we
gonna say
all.
if C4 was in there, we all know what I'd be picking.
Yeah, I
Like,
can't do that. E5 or D5?
D5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't do E5 if you play French. It just
yeah,
doesn't come natural to you anymore.
yeah, exactly.
Knights or bishops?
I actually like bishops more.
Yes,
Um,
very
I
good.
like the scope the bishops have, and
Yeah.
in the English, I found, especially at lower ratings, people would quite often forget the bishop on G2 and would end up like blundering their rook in the corner or something.
B7. Oh god. Okay. Yeah.
Like, it'd be so good. I'd love it. It was great, honestly.
That's so funny.
Mm.
Yeah, I just had the question. It just completely vanished off the top of my
It's
head.
okay.
Blitz or rapid?
Rapid. I do like Blitz, but all of the online ones that I play are without increment. Because I like the little adrenaline I get if I get low on time.
Oh, journal junkie. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Books or movies?
Books. Easy.
Easy. Yeah, I gotta give you
love
something
that.
tougher. YouTube or Twitch?
I'd say YouTube at the
Ooh.
moment, simply because I can like really specialize in what I'm doing, and I'm more confident with YouTube at the moment as well. Like, Twitch is quite new to me. Obviously only doing it the last like month or so. So, yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be the
Mhm.
best player in the UK
Yeah.
or top 50 in the world?
Top 50 in the world. Are you joking? Oh my god, no, top 50 in the world. That would be insane.
Okay. Would you rather be a
Mhm.
2200 ELO over the board player
Yeah.
or have 300,000 subscribers on YouTube?
2200 even.
Whoa, she's dedicated. Let's go.
Yeah.
You're dedicated. You know what?
Listen.
Screw this. Okay, chat viewers wherever. This is when you know someone's truly dedicated to chess. When they don't want the glory, the image, the extra income, the money, and they just want to get stronger at chess. This is the best question. I gotta ask that question to everyone now. I just came up with it on the spot, but that was perfect. Oh my god, I'm very proud of you. Like,
thank you.
you're not corrupted by the glamour. You just want that hardcore, like, 2200 strength.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's so okay. We have to end it there. Like, that was too good of a question.
Yeah, there we go.
No, but thank you so much for coming on. I'm really glad.
Thank you again for inviting me. Like, I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
It was very fun.
it was all worth of me waking up in the morning on a Sunday morning at 8 a.m. making sure I'm like, oh my god, I don't want to miss the 9 a.m. to contact Zara. So how can the audience find you? I know you mentioned a couple of your stuff, but yeah, go in details of like all your different social handles, all your medias, anything that's up and
Yeah.
coming that they want to look forward to you. How do we get more of you?
Yeah, so on Instagram, I'm Zara.mov. Because, fun fact, my username actually becomes from the video file name.
Yes, that's why I
Sometimes
recognize it. It's so funny.
.mov. Yeah.
I'm like,
So
I
it's
recognize this from like the old days. Like,
yeah, so like if I'm uploading videos and everything, it's like, no way, it's a file name in a way. So yeah, on Instagram it's Zara.mov, and then Twitter and YouTube and Twitch are all Zara_Mov. But yeah, there's some long form content that's going to be coming, and there actually might be some shorts as well because I'm going to London in a couple of days.
hey,
Yeah, going to the Chess and Bridge shop, which is a famous chess shop in London, obviously. And there's some chessboards set up outside the front, so I might play against my sister, even though, for those who have been on my streams before, she's not good at chess.
oh, I forgot to ask about your family,
Yeah.
like how many brothers or sisters you have. Okay, so
Yeah.
you have a younger or older sister?
I'm the youngest. I have a sister. She's older than me by like 16 months. So we're really close. People used to think we were twins.
Nice.
And then I have an older brother as well, but he's like 6 years older than me. So
And you're the better chess player, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's all that matters. We're good. We're good.
Exactly. That's all that's relevant. So
Nice. Well, thank you for coming on. And
Yeah.
for anyone who wants to see more content from Takes podcast, again, we're on Spotify, we're on YouTube, we're going to soon be on Apple. I think by next, I'm going to give myself a date because we need dates. So I think by next Friday or this Friday, I'll have everything ready for Apple because I got a lot of editing to do. And yeah, if you enjoyed us, please subscribe, please like and share. Go follow all of us, and yeah, we'll keep it going more for chess. So, Zara, appreciate you coming on. Thanks for coming.
For having me. Thank you again.
Have a good one.
Thank you.